Strength in humility. Jesus was the picture of true humility. And humility is not something that you or I can manufacture. It's not something that we're going to force humility. Oh, that's not humility. Humility is a lowliness. It's humility of heart we're talking about here. Loving the Lord and being humbled before him and through him towards others. So the power of the cross is about the humility of God. Imagine that. God humbled himself, okay, to the cross. This is a good study another time as far as the power of the cross and the humility that way. I want to mention it this time as we move on here. The Bible gives us encouragement. It encourages us to be humble and warns against having haughtiness. It takes God's power in us to really live as his humble servants. This is not something that the ordinary flesh, the ordinary man can just conjure up, because it's against, putting ourselves last, taking a lower position is not something that comes natural for humanity. So, but there's strength in lowliness. The last will be first. You know that Jesus said that, Humility is honored above arrogance. And we know that Jesus, he had the power to do anything. And yet his humility, meekness, was power under control. So don't try to be humble. Let God shape and direct you as you submit to him. Then it comes naturally. It's born out of our love for Jesus Christ and one another. Let me leave you with these scriptures as we again look at the strength in humility. You see, it's kind of opposites, isn't it? How could there be strength in a lower position? How could there be strength in putting yourself last? How can there be that? There is that. We know that without a shadow of a doubt, because that's how God came in this universe and showed that and used that to save us. And we are to be like him. We are to be humble like him. And there's strength in that. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. Proverbs 15:33. Before destruction, the heart of a man is haughty, and before honor is humility. Proverbs 18:12. By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life. Proverbs 22:4. Seek the Lord, all you meek of the earth, who have upheld his justice. Seek righteousness, seek humility. It may be that you will be hidden in the day of the Lord's anger. Zephaniah 2:3. Serving the Lord with all humility, with many tears and trials, which happened to me by the plotting of the Jews. Acts 20:19. Let no one cheat you of your reward, taking delight in false humility and worship of angels, intruding into those things which he has not seen, vainly puffed up by his fleshly mind. Colossians 2:18. These things indeed have an appearance of wisdom in self-imposed religion, false humility, and neglect of the body, but are of no value against the indulgence of the flesh. Colossians 2:23. Therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, put on tender mercies, kindness, humility, meekness, long-suffering. Colossians 3:12. In humility, correcting those who are in opposition, if God perhaps will grant them repentance, so that they may know the truth. 2 Timothy 2:25. To speak evil of no one, to be peaceable, gentle, showing all humility to all men. Titus 3:2. Likewise, you younger people, submit yourselves to your elders. Yes, all of you, be submissive to one another, and be clothed with humility. For God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. 1 Peter 5:5. Therefore humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. 1 Peter 5:6. But he gives more grace. Therefore, he says, God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. James 4:6. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he will lift you up. James 4:10.